The rematch in Charlotte tonight, 8 days after VGK handed Carolina its first loss of the season at the Fortress, 4-1 the defeat. VGK is averaging a half a goal a game on this road swing. Sorry, had to go there. 2 games. Our preview ahead next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. Find us wherever you get your podcast. I'm a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the new Believe in Vegas podcast. Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and the host of the Hockey News Collectibles show, starring the one and only Chris Golick. Coming up ahead on today's show, should we be concerned about the lack of scoring on the road for VGK? Shades of the Edmonton series coming back to haunt VGK. It's Halloween week, had to go there. And the locks of the night. You can now catch us each and every day on SSSEN, Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Tune in at 1 o'clock Monday through Friday. Check us out, Cox Cable Channel 77. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com. VGK should have no excuse to show up tonight, right? In the finale of this 3-game road swing. VGK was 0 for Florida, as we know. Let's try North Carolina next, okay?
So, one for Florida.
Okay, 1 point for Florida. Great. The Golden Knights with 1 William Karlsson goal on this roadie. A lot has changed since last week's initial meeting between the teams. And if we go back, we remember that Aiden Hill had the 4 saves midway through the first period, right before that left leg injury. Akira Schmid probably going between the pipes tonight. He was good in relief, stopping 23 shots on net. Will he be good enough this evening in a Canes revenge game?
Revenge game, I don't know about that. You hope so, right?
Build it up, bro. Build it up.
Yeah, no, Schmid, I mean, listen, he was fine against the Hurricanes last time they met, and he was okay against the Panthers over the weekend. So you would hope to see that. You'd hope that Schmid is ready to go. And, you know, Coach Cassidy did mention this a while back. When Carter Hart was signed to that PTO, you wondered about the mindset of Akira Schmid. Well, now you insert Carl Lindbaum, who looks like he's in, I mean, it's 1 game. We're going to pump the brakes a little bit, but looks like he's an NHL-ready goaltender, at least sooner than later. So Schmid all of a sudden has all the pressure in the world on him to perform.
Yeah, he really does. And you have to wonder, again, there's going to be 4 goaltenders here. And so who breaks through? That's the big question. And so now it's like every game for these goaltenders is a playoff game of sorts. VGK continues to get banged up. We'll talk later on. I'll tell you more about Carolina's situation, but they're not coming in at full strength. Colton Sissons, he played in the first period at Tampa, departs, lower body injury. What will VGK's lineup look like tonight?
Good question. I don't know who the extra forward is that's up right now. Let me go on Puckpedia and see. I mean, I would assume.
I don't know that they brought. I don't think that they brought anyone up. I looked on Puckpedia yesterday, late in the day. I think it was about the 16th inning last night.
Cole Reinhardt is the extra forward that's up right now. So Reinhardt would be the one to draw in if something happened. If Sissons is unable to go.
But who would be the center on that 4th line then? Howden? Will they move the Brett? Will he get his own line again? The Brett Howden line?
By default, it might be.
Okay.
By default, it might be. I mean, that would be an unfortunate blow to this team. Sissons just face-off circle solid, grinder solid on the penalty kill against the Carolina Hurricanes team, like you mentioned. I mean, sure, there's a little bit of the revenge factor. They want to win the game. Coming back home, though, first game after what was like a 6-game road trip or something like that.
Yeah, they
Carolina.
were 4-2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4-2.
Yep, California, Vegas, Colorado, and Dallas. That's a lot of mileage earned on those credit cards and everything. First game back from the roadie, always tough on teams, and that's about the main thing in the Golden Knights' favor tonight.
And then we have the case of Noah Hannafin. So the broadcast had hinted the other night that he could be playing in this game, but someone pointed out that Hannafin isn't even on the trip. He was on
He's on IR.
IR.
He's on IR.
No, he was on IR. The 2 games expired. So he had to sit out 2 games. So he would be technically he's eligible to return in tonight's game.
Sure,
But he's not even on the trip. Well, I don't know what's happening here.
He's met the minimum IR requirements.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean you have to go off the IR the second that's over. It's open-ended like LTIR. It has a minimum, but no maximum. So I would seriously doubt that Hannafin makes his appearance anytime soon. I have no idea if he's on the road or not with the team. My guess is he's rehabbing here and getting in laps at City National in time, hopefully to get back on the ice. But you wonder how this defense will look at. I mean, the defense is still a positive point, even in that game Saturday against the Panthers. 29 high danger shots. Golden Knights only gave up 3 goals. So when you look at it like, or 19. So when you look at it like that, the defense, yeah, they were giving up a lot of chances, but they were also cleaning it up. And it also tells me that Schmid was able to put out some of the fires that he faced. So good rebound against Tampa, just 1 goal in regulation. The overtime goal giveaway is what it is. That happens. It's part of the game. Will the defense keep going tonight against Carolina? That's what needs to happen. Otherwise, the team will be blown out in the first period. And I don't think that's going to happen tonight by any means. I don't think. I'm actually somewhat bullish on VGK today.
Oh, you are? Okay. I think, again, I wanted to talk about the defense as well and the fact that they need to tighten up. And again, Zach Whitecloud, bad positioning, 2 goals on this road trip. So 2 of the 5 goals there could be attributed to him just not winning the puck battles. I think Shea Theodore had the turnover. They do. They need to stiffen in front of the net, and that's going to make goaltending better for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely hang some of the goals in Florida and Tampa on the defense. Obviously, there was certainly some breakdowns and everything, and it's going to happen. It's part of the game. You got 2 amazing teams going against each other, and it doesn't matter what 2 teams they are. This is the NHL, and both teams are pretty good. So there, at times, your team is going to be better than you, which is going to cause mistakes to happen. But in Zach's defense leading up to this road trip, his measurables have been pretty solid for the Golden Knights. Let's see where he looks right now. This is my first time looking at it, so just look at plus minuses here for a second.
Oh, boy.
Whitecloud he's +2. As far as the defense is concerned, him and Korzak have the best plus-minus rating at +2. Theodore 1, Hutton, Lazan, McNabb 1. And as far as coming in the rear, Brett Howden's -4 in just 5 games played. Sisson's -3, but that doesn't bother me. He's playing against a lot of the other team's best players. Although Howden, I guess you'd have to say the same thing. Kolosar. So the fourth line maybe needs to get something a little bit better going. And then the balance line, if you will, the line that was supposed to cause mismatches, Carlson, Riley, Smith, -2, -3 there. So
-3, yeah.
Yeah, and Brandon Saad, I'm guessing, went up a little bit in his plus-minus because he got some reps with that top line when they were scoring a bunch of goals. So
yeah, it's a team there. The fourth line has not found its identity yet.
No.
We've seen some flashes, right? They haven't played to the liking, I should say, of Bruce Cassidy.
Kolosar reminds me of Willie Mays Hayes in Major League 2. Major League 1, Willie Mays Hayes, he's a grinder, right? He's laying down buns.
Why the baseball reference?
Hold on, stop it,
out loud. Is it the 31st inning right now?
It's 32nd. And then in the start of Major League 2, all of a sudden, Willie Mays Hayes thinks he's a power hitter, and this superstar player, whatever, and he struggled and kind of got away from his game. Kolosar, I just feel like he's not out there hitting anybody. Long story short, it just when he was out there, used to be able to count on him laying a bunch of hits and playing physical. And I'm watching him turn away from hits. And listen, he's got skill. There's no doubt about it. Kolosar is probably better than a lot of grinders are in that fourth line energy role. But the physicality needs to be his first point of emphasis. And the eye test tells me that's not necessarily accurate.
Well, we thought we'd have some sandpaper-ish type play, but you've got Lazan, who spends most of his time sandpapering the penalty box, and, of course, Kolosar. So first home game for the Canes in 17 days. They return from a 4-2 road trip, and the game against VGK was its fourth in 6 days. Coming up next, should we be concerned about the lack of scoring on this road trip for VGK the past couple of games? We'll talk about it ahead on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Most people cannot name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's their 401ks, their properties, investments. And when you don't know, you don't have the full picture, you can wind up leaving a lot of money, a lot of scratchola on the table. So that's where there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal financial tool. It brings all of your finances together in one clean, easy-to-use interface, and you could find it on your laptop or on your phone. It's built for busy people like myself and Chris Golick, because if you're putting off organizing your finances, then Monarch is definitely for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in a matter of minutes. You can see clear data visuals. You can get smart categorization of your spending and finally feel in control of all your money without ever touching a stinking spreadsheet. You can identify that you aren't saving as much as you thought. Monarch helps you to notice an inefficient investment allocation, and you can discover forgotten 401ks and things like that from the past. So do not let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off of your first year. That's 50% off of your first year. Go to monarchmoney.com. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. We appreciate you, or we appreciate you. I texted someone yesterday. Sure do appreciate you. That's what the kids say. I'm catching on there, Golick, late in life here. Thanks for making us your first listen. Wherever you might be, subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel, and make sure that you check out the show now daily on SSSEN, 1 o'clock each day, and that is Cox Cable Channel 77. The two games on the Florida trip at the Panthers and Tampa Bay, to me, were reminiscent of the final two games in the second round series against Edmonton. Let's face it, right? VGK couldn't score, shut out by the Oilers in games 4 and 5. They do have one goal over the two games here. So the Golden Knights, with just the one goal, I should say, through two games on this road swing, how do we explain how VGK is going through this mini drought, or why? That's the question that fans want the answer to.
I don't think there is an explanation. I think this is just part of the game. We very lightly hinted on this yesterday. We got a little more time to talk about it today. And the first point of reference I'll look at is last season. So Golden Knights opened with 3 home games: Colorado, St. Louis, Anaheim. And then their 3-game road trip through Florida actually started in Washington and then traveled to Tampa in Florida. No back-to-back scenarios. Regulation lost to Florida 2-4. Regulation lost to Tampa 3-4. Overtime lost to Florida 3-4. So my point is, they scored 6. They scored 8 goals on that road trip compared to the ones so far. So yes, they did not have a good road trip, East Coast Florida road trip last season, but they're putting pucks in the net. Also, game 4, 5, and 6 of last season, I'm assuming this team was a little bit more healthy than what's happening right now. What's tough is the balance without Mark Stone. The path of least resistance was Brandon Saad. You keep lines 2 and 3 intact, and hopefully lines 2 and 3 keep going. Line 1 finds their groove with Jack Eichel, who, no longer may be on pace to lead the NHL in points, but we'll see if he can find some footing with Saad or Howden or whoever goes on that line.
I really would like to see Mitch Marner go back to the top on the power play. 0 for 9 now with the absence of Mark Stone since that point. And who would they put below the goal line if they decide to put Marner up top? They did have one good look the other night, and that was Hurdle, who was a nice save, I think, in the game with Vasilevsky, or was it the first game with Bobrovsky? I think the first game with Bobrovsky. But in any event, things not clicking on the power play on the man advantage.
I would probably go Barbashev. Barbashev has the physicality to get low, get to that bumper spot and everything. I believe Barbashev lefty versus Mark Stone righty. I don't know if that throws off the dynamic at all, but as far as that net front roll, I don't know how much that necessarily matters either. But yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate for Shea Theodore. I mean, he's a bit out of sorts, and the quarterback is kind of the first person you're going to look at. Trying to think of a football reference, but the quarterback's the first person you're going to look at when it comes to a struggling power play, and then you're going to see where it's going wrong from there. And simply put, it hasn't worked since Shea Theodore has gone there. Like you said, 0 for 9. That's a concern for a team that was extremely hot out of the gate with the power play. Dorofeev isn't getting the right looks. He's not getting the right chances. And part of this also isn't just the personnel. It's film coming out. It's okay. This Dorofeev guy, we maybe never knew much about. He's pretty good. Maybe we got to find a way to stop that pass from going across the slot area to him. So part of it is the other teams catching up. Part of it's the goaltending catching up. But I will say most of it is likely the key personnel change at the top. So I don't know if there's a role for Shea Theodore on this power play if Mitch Marner goes back to the top. And you know what? So be it. I mean, Shea Theodore had an opportunity. It didn't work. Let him go back to practice and figure it out, because as the season goes on, that opportunity will present itself again.
You know, I'm going to go there, but I keep saying defensemen have to score. I really like Brady McNabb, and what a hip check the other night in that. I really like him, but he should not be at the top of your hockey stat card. Florida game, I think he was at the top. Him and Ben Hutton each have 3 shots on goal on this road trip. But, you know, I just think they need to get into the mix there. I really do feel that way. And let's see what Cassidy comes up with. He's going to finagle things and put the lines in the blender and all that here in the game tonight. We know that's about to happen.
Maybe not.
Defensemen need to join the rush. Are we going to hear that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm with you on the defenseman needing to get a little bit more involved, definitely here. Let's look really quickly at, so the highest scoring defenseman is Shea Theodore with 3 points in 9 games, far off of his pace. After that, Korczak has 2 points, Lazan 2, and McNabb has a nothing burger. Noah Hannafin's played just 1 game, so be it. So, yeah, I mean, you definitely have some concerning points right now. And Alex Pietrangelo was a mobile, you know, I'm not saying scoring defenseman, but I think he was good for, 22, 25 points a season, maybe even more than that. So that's points that are missed and opportunities to go around for the Golden Knights defensemen, and they're just not capitalizing. And you wonder now, you know, your Rasmussen trade. There you go, Tony. His name is still popping up. Rasmus
still
Anderson
still out there. Yeah, let's bring him home.
Well, you do wonder, especially if maybe, you know, was Zach Whitecloud playing above his weight class for the first, you know, week and a half of this season, and then is this what we're going to see? You know, the Zach Whitecloud that we, you know, for lack of a better term, kind of expected to struggle, not because he's a bad defenseman, but as a top 4 defenseman, it's a concern. And on the flip side, this is a scoring segment. Zach Whitecloud on the season has just 1 assist in 9 games. He is a +2, so he's doing something right when he's out there on the ice at least. But, you know, outside of that, I mean, you need to see a little more from Whitecloud. Maybe he'll get a goal tonight. Maybe Whitecloud will get a goal tonight.
I'm concerned about this, quote, new Bruce Cassidy system, where the players are supposed to shoot the puck a lot more frequently. 17 shots on Bobrovsky and the Panthers, 19 shots on Vasilevsky, including a 17-minute drought in that game, 17 minutes of game time. Why is VGK going back to playing some sort of tentative hockey? Even again, it's that time of year, and Cassidy, he got a lot of sun there in South Florida and says, hey, we need to shoot the puck more. We get that. But where's this new system? It looks a lot like the old system, to be quite frank.
I didn't think there was going to be it. I thought the new system was actually going to be less shooting here, to be completely transparent.
Yeah, I know that's what you said, and they kept saying more shots on net, keep shooting the puck. So,
I mean,
I don't see any difference. That's my point. My point exactly is there's no stinking difference.
So real fast, the Pacific Division has been, although it's getting better if you look at the standings, but as far as scoring and the goal differentials here, against the Kings, Golden Knights put up a 5 spot. Against the Sharks, they put up a 4 spot. The game against Seattle, low scoring. Against the Flames, a 4 spot. Against the Flames, again, a 6 spot. So But again, the East Coast teams, besides the Boston Bruins, you get 4 goals against Carolina, then you struggle in Florida and Tampa. So maybe this is the East Coast woes just kind of coming back to haunt the Golden Knights.
Coming up ahead, it's our locks, predictions, and Chris's game of stinking chance. Stay with us on Locked On Golden Knights.
Chance.
The NBA is so back. There's no better place to get into the action than at FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the National Basketball Association. So yesterday on the show, I was talking about totals gone bonkers, totals gone wild. So the total on the Hawks Bulls game last night, 243 and a hook, and the final Bulls 128, Hawks 123. We're going to see a 250 here. We will. That's coming up. I'm telling you. But even if you missed the start of the game, if you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who's going to score next, fourth quarter comebacks, and those totals that have gone wild. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making a late push. So right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com and sign up today. Send it in, as they say. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the National Basketball Association. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Yeah, those totals, man. There's no end in sight because there's no defense in the NBA. And even worse this season.
The 90s Bulls ruined basketball for me. It's dead to me.
Do you remember totals being this high, a 243 and
180s, 170s, 190s, occasional 200 like in Denver and stuff,
Yeah, exactly. And the altitude, of course, puts the ball through the hoop there in Denver. But to me, I've never seen these numbers like this. All the numbers on the totals last night, 126 and a half and above. So I'm definitely tracking it, but sooner or later it's got to catch up. There is no defense there. They just go up and down the court. So we'll see. They're going to have to adjust, though. So VGK won its first matchup. This is the final matchup of the year. Well, of the season, I should say, not of this year, but of the season with the Hurricanes. And as I said, on the road for a 6-game road trip, they finally return home. And I'm sure Carolina's looking forward to this revenge game. You don't like that either. You don't like that narrative. I'm going 4-2
when it's some like third, string running back going back to play against a team. It's more fun in football.
I'm going. Yeah, the totals have been pretty stable in the National Hockey League, though. I'm going 4-2 Carolina. 4-2 Carolina. I have Shea Theodore breaking through, perhaps on a power play goal. He's had some pretty good looks. I'll give him that. And then Tomas Hertl. I think he needs to get into the scoring act. So try to get a point. We had the total there for the 3-game road trip. Our very own number was, we both agreed on 2 and a hook. So it's a big game tonight. And if it goes over, man, because we both said 2 and a hook and under. If you are VGK, I think that they need to pay attention to details and get to the front of the net. And Hertl almost had that power play goal the other night. So I'm going to go with Theodore and Tomas Hertl.
I think when you look at
thank God I have this screen here.
You look with the fact that the Hurricanes are coming back from a long road trip. You look at the fact that the Golden Knights, it's not a desperate game or anything like that, but a game they would really like to win. I mean, you get 3 out of 6 points on a tough road trip, given the way it started. That's a successful road trip. So I think there's more for the Golden Knights to gain in this situation. Real fast, Golden Knights are plus 125, Hurricanes minus 150. You got 6.5 out there with FanDuel, plus 108 on the over, minus 132 on the under. I'm going to go with Holtz and Howden. We're going to have a little fun today with our locks. I'm going to go 3-2 Vegas in overtime. Couple props that have my attention, then I'll give you a fun single game parlay. We'll see if we get lucky with that. But under 6.5, minus 132. I don't see this game being as high scoring as last time these two teams met. And give me Holtz and Howden for goals at plus 700 a piece. Let's have a little fun there, especially with Howden if he does go to that top line. And then this single game parlay, this is going to be fun right here. First period total goals -1 and a hook, -1.5. Or under 1.5, pardon
I was
me.
going to say, okay.
Yeah. Jack Eichel, 3 or greater shots on goal for the game. Yes, there will be overtime. Yes, a second period goal in the first 5 minutes. And then VGK on the money line. A $5 wager gets you back $280 at the window.
Yeah, and VGK, you have to hit one of these this season. As we mentioned, VGK 0 for its last 9 on the power play. I think they will get back on track there. 0 for 9 on power plays since Mark Stone went on long-term Sprouts selfies. It's a new term. I had to throw that out there. Banged up for Carolina.
Should Sprouts sponsor the LTIR list?
They should. Keandre Miller's, I think, hopefully he's out.
DMs are open. DMs are open.
Say that, but Keandre Miller, was again that one shot by Eichel went off the stick and in. He was involved in several plays that determined the outcome of the last game. So to me, that's good news if he's out tonight. Shane Gostisbehere is injured. Eric Robinson, William Carrier is also injured, and no idea yet when Jacob Slavin is going to be back. It's a big piece that's missing currently for the Canes.
That gets Svechnikov from the 4th line to the 3rd line. So Svechnikov seizes the opportunity
where's he gonna
when goals score. He's been on the 4th line.
He was. I know. Like, that was bizarre. You said, yeah, he's on the 4th line.
Svechnikov is 8 games. This is just bizarre. 8 games, 0 points, and a -3, averaging just 14.42 time on ice, 15 shots. So just under 2 shots a game. It's a weird mystery. I should dive into that. And I mean, is he in the doghouse? Is he struggling? I don't know what's going on, but I mean, hopefully Svechnikov gets about 18 minutes tonight.
Hey, Bruce, I've got the answer for you. Move Mitch Marner back to the top line, okay? If you want,
it feels like it's time for that. It feels like just go
if you want everything to be right, yeah, blow it up, put Marner back on the top line.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm okay with that.
We definitely appreciate all of you tuning in, especially our everydayers, especially Golic for paying attention, and of course giving us those terrific prop bets. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll give you the recap on tonight's game. For Chris Golic, Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. See you tomorrow on Locked On Golden Knights.